This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full Time MMA. Don't be a bagel biting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And holy shit, the team went scrat. Daniel Cormier is issuing a savage response to Jon Jones, but before that, let's cover what Jon Jones had to say. We covered this on today's show earlier, but if you didn't catch that, holy smokes, I definitely had to do this in a separate video because it's insane. This is easily one of the greatest rivalries in UFC history, and this far after this rivalry started, here we still are. It's as hot as ever. I mean, we could potentially be looking at a trilogy, although Jon Jones won both of the first fights. I mean, he failed a drug test in the second fight. It was overturned. And now we're talking about a new division. We're talking about heavyweight now. We're talking about, I mean, USADA's involved. I mean, there's so much going on in this trilogy, this rivalry. I mean, it's been so heated at times, and it's up, you know, another notch now with these savage social media attacks at each other. I mean, check out what Jon Jones had to say. Now, if you recall yesterday, Daniel Cormier posted this photo, and it has him missing a call from the USA anti-doping agency, which is USADA, the US anti-doping agency. And all, you know, he posted that in, I mean, I think he was having a little bit of fun with it. Daniel Cormier, you know, he does have a sense of humor. He's not actually about to fail a USADA test over this shit, but he spoke out on Fox, and whenever he found out Jon Jones was cleared, and he was like, listen, USADA, you know, pretty much this is bullshit. Don't call me anymore. Don't show up at my house anymore. I'm not gonna make a mistake. I've passed 16 tests all the way back to my Olympic fucking wrestling days. I've never failed a test. So, don't test me anymore. You only tested Jon Jones once this year. He's failed fucking tests. Meanwhile, I've never failed a test, and you come to my house at like 5 in the morning and shit. And you know what I'm saying? So, Daniel Cormier was just pissed off. Like, this, not only have you only tested Jon Jones once, but he gets to come back after failing multiple fucking tests. Like fuck this. And so with that being said, you know, yeah, Daniel Cormier, I see why he's pissed off a little bit at USADA, but at the same time, you don't want to fuck around and fail your first test, or even if it's a whereabouts failure, because you don't want to let USADA know where you're at now because you're pissed. So I don't think Daniel Cormier was serious, and if you looked at what he posted it like 1 second after USADA called. You know what I'm saying? Like less than a minute after USADA called, he posted the screenshot. So I'm sure DC called him right back, like, yo, what's up, Jeff? What's up, Jeff? My bad, I was on the mic from my phone. You know, he just wanted to, you know, show the picture of that missed call. But with either way, Jon Jones fucking took that little caption, that little picture, and went off. Here it is. Jon Jones says, DC, you mad, bro? USADA keeps calling, but you're not going to pick up the phone, because the second you hear them say I'm innocent is the instant the illusion you've created shatters. Then it's all real again, and that's not a step you're willing to take. Instead, you wrap yourself in your fake belt and keep telling yourself the shin that slammed into your face and the performance that buried you once again was enhanced. The fact that you can't beat me kills you, and it stops you from picking up that phone. If you answer it, then the nightmare becomes reality. Then again, maybe you do pick up. Accept the truth that you were defeated by a superior fighter, and that gives you peace. Or it goes another way, and you get motivated to try a third time, and that will save me the hassle of having to dig you up before I bury you. So now that the illusion you built is crumbling, and the violation was not intended, nor could it have enhanced the athlete's performance, you still have to tell yourself something, yeah? And while there was absolutely no intentional to use prohibited substances, it was my intention to kick your ass once again. Mission accomplished. Pick up the phone. Let's talk about it. Holy smokes, Jon Jones MGK in the building with the hashtag Let's Talk About It. Firing off on DC, man. If you missed our segment on this on the show, definitely check out that. But this is crazy, man, because Jon Jones, you know, he's even though he's beat DC twice, he's not in a position to be talking this shit. Dog, you failed multiple drug tests, and among other things, outside of the USADA issues and the drug testing issues, outside of the cage, inside of the cage, you got fucking problems. You're back now. Come to find out, the reason you're back is because you're telling on someone something. I mean, we don't know who. You know, you can't just say he's telling on a teammate. You can't say he's telling on a... We don't know who, but this motherfucker's coming back because he's getting a 30-month reduction. So, I mean, there's just... What position are you really in to be talking shit like this? You still got to prove you can beat him clean, huh? And this is the thing, though. Jon Jones does have a good case here because USADA, I like what they're doing. Oh, by the way, there's some new shit going down with USADA. We got some changes coming. We got to talk about that on another video. USADA is doing a great job with this move they have coming up, man. And I'll just, spoiler alert, let you know what the video is going to be about. USADA is no longer going to treat people like they're guilty until innocent. Now they're going to give you time to defend yourself before they put it out in the public that you're fucking cheating, so they're not ruining people's reputations and then come to find out 3 months later they're innocent, like they have done with all of these fucking fighters. So USADA is doing so many things right? They're cleaning up the sport. Regardless of whether or not they're getting every steroid, they're cleaning up the sport. That's facts. I mean, people's bodies have changed, and even though there's probably some people beating the system, you know, that's true, there's still a lot less people with USADA here. They're doing their best to clean up the sport, and people were starting to lose faith in USADA when they saw Jon Jones coming back, Brock Lesnar coming back. Well, Brock Lesnar's getting smaller. His body is starting to look like he's going through stricter drug testing. You know, Jon Jones might have some shit that they can't detect, but he's getting off of some of the juice. That's facts. He's not going to be as big as he was in the UFC. So Brock Lesnar is shrinking due to USADA. Jon Jones, it's not like he just got to come back because he's Jon Jones. He's got to flip on somebody. Look at fucking section 10.6.1, and they ain't fucking around. USADA came out and defended that. They said it's crystal clear. And by the way, if the athlete doesn't continue to help us, then he's going to get resuspended. So with that being said, USADA's doing a good job, but in all of that, they did for some reason, somehow say what Jon Jones said in here. They said that absolutely no intention to use prohibited substances, so they believe Jon Jones didn't have any intent. They don't think he intentionally cheated. And then he said, you know, not only do they think he didn't intend it, but they thought that it says violation was not intended, nor could it have enhanced the athlete's performance. They're saying that trace element that was found in Jon Jones couldn't have enhanced his performance. So they're saying Jon Jones had no intent. It didn't help him in the fight, but he still got a tell on somebody. So I don't get that really, but it does give Jon Jones good ammo, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey, motherfucker, even though I failed the drug test, there was no intent. It wasn't, you know, because USADA gave him that. So it is what it is. I don't give a fuck about all of that when it comes to seeing these guys fight again, especially at heavyweight. Let's talk about it. We got to see this fight. I mean, I don't think it's going to be next. I think we'll likely see Jon Jones versus Gustafsson. That's what it's looking like, either at UFC 232, and cross your fingers, hopefully UFC 230. But it's not looking like Jones will be fighting that soon. So maybe UFC 232. That's the plans right now. 232, Gustafsson versus Jones for the title, light heavyweight. Now, after that, after DC fights Brock Lesnar, then we could see these guys square off one more time. But either way, man, we got to see it. And DC, you know, of course he's got a response to this shit, dude. DC's got all the ammo in the world right now. I wish a fucking crackhead steroid snitch would fucking come at me on Instagram. You know how much ammo I got? Holy smokes. We don't even know if all of those things are true. You know, Jon Jones isn't a crackhead. I'm just saying, like, if somebody with all of those allegations is coming at you, that's exactly what they are. I wish somebody that has all of this shit, these allegations against him, would try to come after me on social media. I'm about to call you all of these things. We don't even know. You know, so DC did. He took the fucking... And he did it one better. He did it one better. He posted Jon Jones in the fucking county oranges. John Jones over here fucking shackled in the orange, and he responded with some heat of his own. He said, "So here we go again, Johnny boy. First off, if you did nothing wrong and were innocent, then you'd have never been suspended. You'd had stand before these people and arbitrators so many times, it's insane. You slipped again. How many times can one man slip? I've been tested 70 times and I haven't slipped once. How do you explain that? And on top of all the cheating you've done around UFC 182, UFC 200, and UFC 214, that's not even the straw that broke the camel's back. You're actually a snitch. You think you're the only ones that's been offered this deal? No, you're just the only scumbag low enough to take it. Which one of your teammates did you tell on to get this joker for punishment from USADA? I thought there was nothing lower than a cheater, but it's not surprising that you show me a whole new level. You're a cheater and a snitch. Get off my page, go do some coke, steroids, or whatever you losers do in your spare time. Hashtag double champ. Hashtag kill shot. What the fuck you talking about? These dudes are going at it. Holy smokes. And John Jones is back just in time. You gotta rub your hands like Birdman at this one, man. Hopefully we'll get to see these guys go at it in 2019, early 2019. That's what it's looking like. That's when Brock Lesnar will be cleared. DC can handle that business. Jones can try and come back for that light heavyweight title, and then maybe try and even be a champ of his own if he can win that title. So we'll see what happens, man. But John Jones is back. The DC John Jones rivalry is definitely back, and DC's got all the ammo now. He's got all the belts. It is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments.
Da 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 da! It's the motherfucking DOG.